Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of A Trigger. I'm your host, Magnum Clark, and you all know my co-host, Adam Thurman. Adam, how are you doing tonight?
Feeling swell. Just watched a stellar movie about war, so feeling
War.
good about myself.
Huh. Gotcha. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again now. Whoa.
I half expected you to start singing "Fortunate Son," though. So the way that you're dressed.
Well, some folks were born made to wave the flag. Ooh, that red, white, and blue. But, it is me. It is me. I love this concho race son. Yeah. That's how it goes, right?
I don't think that's how it goes.
Uh, I don't know. It sounds pretty accurate. It also sounds accurate that we're coming to you live straight from Honolulu, Hawaii, where we're solving mysteries and fighting crime. I'm clearly Magnum in this situation. In the Magnum PI summer. And Adam is Higgins.
I didn't, who's singing? I don't know. I've never watched
You never
any
watched
episode.
Magnum? Adam, it's on the
No.
Roku channel for free.
Okay.
You need to watch at least the first episode. It gives a little exposition about the whole premise of the show.
Okay. I'll see if I can rope the wife into watching it too.
Yes, 100%. And then you'll be compelled to go purchase a Hawaiian shirt and some really
To have
short
it on
shorts.
the top three buttons unbuttoned.
Yeah. We are in the red, but it doesn't appear to be affecting our communication, but it might be affecting the stream. So all of the three people currently in the chat might be getting a bad experience. I'm not restarting though. We're not doing
Well,
it. We're not doing it. Not today. Not right now.
not that one time when you had too many apple juices and you were singing the whole the
That episode was
whole
lost
show.
forever, Adam.
I know it was
There's no mention
even
of it.
when
It
it
goes
went
right from
down.
15 to 17, season one.
Even when it went down, you were like trying to troubleshoot via song.
Oh man, I think we might go down. We might have internet problems tonight, kids. But it's cool. We're gonna let it ride until we can't ride no more. Ride or die. That's the Magnum way.
It'll just drop and then I'll have to just go watch Magnum.
This stream will just cut to episodes of Magnum PI. Uh, but as you are all aware, if you're familiar at all with the show, at the beginning here we usually talk a little bit, we introduce where we're coming from, and then we get into the next segment. What was it again? Oh, that's right. It's the scanner.
Too much
Scanner.
movement going through.
24th and State. Male punching vehicles. QPD en route.
There you go.
Fight season. Full swing. Not just humans, but also vehicles taking the brunt of the punishment. The pent up aggression of the community. It can't stand it. The winter's over, man. It's the summer of Magna PI. Time to punch out some cars.
As long as he's got a killer fashion sense and excellent facial hair.
Just gotta watch out, because if Magnum's on the case, pulls no punches, and he'll shoot you right in the chest with a Colt 1911. Oh, I'm getting a word in the chat. Fuzzy says, "You're all choppy." Yes, yes, Eugene, that's true. We are experiencing red internet, and I don't know why. But it's too late to fix it, and so we're rolling with it. We'll post the
The
recording
show must
after.
go on.
The show must go on. Unless we lose Adam, in which case I'll probably cuss a lot, accidentally record that, and it'll get on the air, and then...
Joe Pumpkins.
yes, we'll get fined by the FCC or whatever for this broadcast program that we're presenting to you.
Be sweet to have a public access.
They really do need to get... I don't think they have one in town, but that would be sweet if we could get triggered on the public access.
It'd be like one of these bozos.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, well, one of them's on the school boards. So,
Alert, Adam! Boop, boop! We got an alert! Traffic detail in town. Be safe, buckle up. The Illinois State Police traffic stop at 8th and Broadway. Officer requested. That's right, folks. The state police are in town making sure that you've got your seatbelt on.
no, it's not why they're in town.
They're in town. They're going to make sure that you're obeying those traffic laws, folks. The state police
Also,
setting up roadblocks.
you should drive safe all the time and be aware of all drivers because no one can drive accurately. They're always swerving over into your lane.
I'm great at driving.
Oh, I can. I've never been in an accident or anything. That's why it's. I don't know how many accidents I've avoided, and I've always had to tell my kids, be like, look at this idiot. What's an idiot, Dad? Who's this guy?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's everyone else. I am the only one who can drive well, obviously. And no one else thinks like I do, and they're just driving around like idiots, not thinking that they're the best driver on the earth.
Trees.
I've never recently totaled a Chevy Silverado. Driving it through the woods.
Yeah, 10 miles an hour. No, this is different. Like, totally different. I don't know. It's like I was driving down the street and dude is parked on the far right lane. Dude is parked way off on the left, and it's a one-way street. Gets in his car, he just like grazes on over all the way over, and like he's not even looking. So you land the horn, say, "Hey, idiot!" And then he has a crossbow, so you gotta be careful.
I don't know, my truck's banged up now, so I probably just perform the pit maneuver and I drive him right into the ditch.
Oh, the California stop?
Yeah. You have to just hit their back fender with the front of your car and it turns and spins them out.
Yes.
And then if you're going fast enough, they'll roll over and get ejected from the vehicle and die. And then you're on the hook for murder.
No, because you're a cop.
Oh, that's right. I forgot what we were talking about here. This is going to be... Fred's in the chat. I feel sorry, Fred, because this might be a cop-hating episode. Something happened in the news.
It's Biden again, wasn't it? That rascal.
That rascal couldn't keep his grubby little paws out of it. I'll say that about him. But mostly, it's other things. Hey, did you hear, Adam? There was a giant cyber attack. Someone in the city government got phished.
Oh no.
The entire city computer system was locked down with a ransomware attack.
Oh jeez.
They
Yeah,
could.
I guarantee it. It was like random obscure link. It's like from obvious
Obvious
not the
Fisher. Do
person.
not click this link.
And
Whatever you
then
do.
and the
Oh,
person's
better
like,
if
"Oh my
curious.
gosh, hey, Bob, I can't get into this. I've clicked it a dozen times."
What are you doing? Oh no! No, the whole
No,
system's
Al,
locked down.
no.
I don't know. In my mind, I'm saying it was the literal mayor. He was sitting at his desk, checking his email, and he clicked.
And it's like, "Hey, Ukrainian babes."
Oh yeah, let's check this out. Click. Black screen. Message come up. If you want your system back, you will Bitcoin this wallet $500,000 in Bitcoin. And he's like, oh no! Oh, they'll find out about me. Oh, and all of the Ukrainian babes I was trying to view. Oh, we've got to cover this up. They hired consultants and lawyers and other people for $150,000. And the advice at the end of the day was, yeah, you should probably pay them.
Oh my gosh, are you for real?
Yep.
I didn't look into this at all, but
So the city is
650,000 bucks.
paying
That's like
$500,000 to terrorists, and also dropped $150,000 in professional fees related to this cyber attack.
Well, like 10 Bitcoin. Good thing that I was going through a crash at the time.
Yeah, outrageous. I'm like, what? And also, I don't know. What would be so important about the unbacked up city records that you would need to pay a $500,000 ransom instead of just like system restore?
Yeah, just figure out who sent you the email or whatever and say, "Hey, F you, I'll go back 2 days
Yeah.
to
So
restore."
so they're probably like, "Whoops, backups compromised. Whoops, backups weren't sufficiently air gapped and protected from it.
Yeah, see, this is why you can't trust the
No."
Cylon, Zach. Zach, there's been several warnings. They came out in the 70s. Oh, jeez. It's, what, 50 years ago? We've been warned. Air gap your system. Don't network this stuff.
Are you talking about Battlestar Galactica again?
Again. I only talk about it every few weeks. It's a good lesson, and no one ever seems to learn it. So, I mean, come on. I only, I only bring it up because it seems to be the lessons that they fail to learn is like every few weeks. Like, this isn't new. Even if you do the reboot, that's like 20 years old now. Like, come on.
Reboot. Are you talking about that very bad CGI cartoon from the early aughts?
I'm talking about the masterpiece with Edward James Olmos.
No, that's
And Katie
Battlestar
Sackhoff.
Galactica. I thought you were talking about Reboot.
And Trisha Helfner. Yes, I'm talking about that masterpiece.
Never seen it. Anyway. Yeah, it can't be that good if I've never seen it.
Oh, give me a break.
Conclusion I'm drawing from this. Alright. Adam. I must talk to you all now. Because tragedy has struck America once again. No, not the tragedy from a few weeks ago where a man shot up a grocery store in Buffalo, New York, but a brand new tragedy. A school shooting.
The subway station?
No, that was a different guy. That actually didn't happen. We don't talk about that anymore, Adam. That was a Hotep black nationalist who was just trying to express his feelings of oppression and hurt by petitioning the
Except for
mayor to do something about the homeless situation
oh,
through a act of protest in a subway. That was a different
oh,
situation.
like oh right, like the protest at the Christmas parade a few months back as well.
Exactly. Now you're getting it.
Oh,
It's completely different. But a madman, we call him a man though he is but a boy, an 18-year-old man boy, armed with gun, broke into a school and killed, tragically and unavoidably, because of the strength of his arms and training, a number of school children and a teacher. Very tragic. What's this through in my ear? Hello? Yes? What? What? No way. No way. The door to the outside of the school was unlocked against school policy? Why would they have that door unlocked, and how would he know? That's weird. What kind of guns did he have? He had $2,500 worth of guns? I thought that this thing was about him being bullied because he was poor. How did he get all these guns? And he just turned 18. It's like he can buy rifles like that on his 18th birthday. He would have had to like order them online prior to his 18th birthday with like thousands of dollars. What's this?
could you establish a bank account under the age of 18 without some sort of joint account owner that's an adult?
Yeah, or like a credit line. How would he even get? How would he get like almost $3,000 worth of credit to buy these things? If we were even just talking about he doesn't have the cash. Hold on, Adam. This isn't adding up. I don't know what's happening. Hold on. Let me check the internet.
My bank wasn't even going to give me a freaking debit card before I was 18.
What's
I just
this?
had an ATM card.
Adam,
What?
it just came out that the Uvalde shooter fired off shots outside of the elementary school for 12 minutes before even entering the building.
12 minutes? That's like, two and a half times my mile time in high school. You could run a couple miles in that time.
The police station was a leisurely 3-minute drive from the school.
Oh, automobiles?
They had to
3
take their
minutes.
Segway scooters. Maybe.
That'd be faster than my run, right?
Let me get this.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna get this.
dude,
I
An
want
automobile's faster than the run.
to get this timeline down. Guy, 18-year-old kid is bullied. Tragically bullied because he's poor.
What was his name?
I don't know. Obviously, probably some white guy name like Rodriguez, Jimenez, Ruiz.
What?
Bullied because he's poor.
Bjorn Johnson? No?
Came up with thousands of dollars to buy a decked out rifle kit
Oh.
and ammunition as an
Well,
18-year-old
by the way.
off the internet. Went to a grade school, wandered around outside firing off shots for 12 minutes prior to entering the building. Finds the unlocked door on the outside of the building to enter it.
The unlocked door to the there's no unlocked doors to schools. You have to always enter. I don't know about Texas law. I don't know about Texas procedure, but in Illinois, there's always all the stuff's locked. You have to enter through the front door, and then like you
Yes.
The only way to enter is to like get buzzed in. They have like an intercom system.
Yeah, that's
Each of the
standard school security stuff now, and in fact, that was the same process at this school.
Wait. So you're saying that all the doors are usually locked, and you would have to, like visitors, whatever. You want to surprise your grandkid or whatever, you could like buzz in to get to the office or whatnot. But you're telling me that there wasn't a single unlocked door here.
No, there was
The
a
shooter could get in.
single unlocked door, is what I'm saying, Adam.
That sounds what? There's
Yeah.
a single unlocked door?
Yes, that's right. And this guy knew which door to go to. Must have just been kismet.
Hmm.
Oh, well, I mean, since the police were so close, I'm sure that they arrived quickly and put a stop to this guy. This poor 18
Yeah,
year
3
old
minutes.
kid.
I remember at the NIU shooting, the cops arrived within 2 minutes. Campus police arrived within 2 minutes,
Yeah. Well, it's
able
our
to confront the gunman.
in our timeline. It's already been 12.
12 minutes. Wait, I don't know. 3 minutes away. Wait a second. NIU. They were there. 2 minutes. That doesn't add up.
Nope. Nope. It's not. That puzzle's not piecing together. 18-year-old kid. Part of the narrative is he's poor. Acquires thousands of dollars in firearms and ammunition on his 18th birthday.
The day he turns 18?
Yes.
Oh, no. No.
No background checks needed, buddy. Goes
What?
to the school, his target. Fires off rounds outside of school. And is outside of the building for 12 minutes prior to finding the only unlocked door in the exterior of the building. Enters the building. The police arrive on scene. Now, obviously, they're going to stop him. They'll go in like, Delta Force or whatever I've seen in the movie. I've seen it in the movies.
Oh, yeah. 12. After 12 minutes?
Well, let's say maybe they
Were they shooting? Was he
were-
shooting at officers after 12 minutes?
He was in the building.
Dude, wait a second. I just read this huge thing about those California bank robbers that were, what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They were like decked out in like full body armor, like Russian military grade body armor. Cops were shooting at them. Couldn't pierce the body armor. That was like hours.
They shot those guys several times around the body armor. But those guys had actually taken drugs to make it so that the wounds wouldn't be debilitating unless, they blasted your arm.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was a combination of things that they did. So those guys, those cops, they had just like your standard like 9mm handguns, and they were like shooting these guys within minutes.
Yeah. Well, a cop happened to see them go in to the bank. It happenstance in that situation.
Right. Well, did no one see this guy go into the unlocked door? No one saw this guy.
He was
Taking
there
pot
was
shots.
there. My understanding is there were calls to police because people obviously heard gunshots going off outside the school.
Hmm.
But police arrived on scene. Obviously, they're going to go in. Gangbusters. This guy's Denzo. He may have caused some harm, but he'll cause none further. not on the watch of these public servants, these boys in blue, sworn
Yep.
to serve
Hashtag back the blue, right? Thin blue line.
thin blue line. Let's get one thing straight. It doesn't matter what call was made or who did what. 40 minutes of killing occurred. You either respond or you don't. You can't explain away the time you gave someone to hurt people's kids. The situation is developing. We need a perimeter. Won't cut it. That's right, folks. The police arrived sometime after the 12-minute mark when the shooter entered the school, and then he proceeded to enter a classroom and slowly kill children and teachers for 40 minutes. And the police needed to establish a perimeter because that's what they say needed to be done. And they didn't want to go in to the school. Oh, this guy's got some insight. 12 plus years of training and practice in active shooter response, and not once was I told to address perimeter security unless and until all known threats are down. It's basic police doctrine at this point, and there's zero excuse for deviation.
Weird.
Another guy concurs,
So,
like 26
police
years.
don't-
And you're absolutely correct.
Who said that?
Another guy, just right below it. He's like, what are you doing? But it's Adam. Adam. What do you want them to do? They're police officers. They're not trained to handle this kind of violence.
Jeez.
What do you want them to do? They could get shot. Better for them to run out of bullets.
Establish perimeter. Isn't that like for like hostage situations and stuff?
Yeah, this was
Bank
a
robberies.
murdering hostages situation, Adam.
There's no hostages taken. I mean,
He
he's just
took a
obviously on a murderous rampage.
He took a room full of children as hostages to kill.
There's no hostages. He wasn't holding them for any cause or reason. There's no demands.
Yes, he was holding them to kill them. The demand was to let him continue to do as much killing as possible.
Okay.
They needed to negotiate it.
I wouldn't classify that. I wouldn't classify that as hostages.
You know me. So, timeline. Let's see here. All right. Gunman, poor kid, just turns 18 within like a day of the shooting. Somehow acquires thousands of dollars to purchase fancy kit, guns, ammunition, plate carrier on his 18th birthday about. Arrives at the school, his target. Shoots off rounds outside. 12 minutes prior to entering the building. Enters the building through a open door. The only open door in the building. At some point, police arrive as the shooter makes his way to a classroom where he locks himself in with fourth graders and begins to kill them. The police put the brakes on and they have to establish a perimeter. There's nothing that can be done, Adam. He's got a gun, don't you know? When an off-duty Border Patrol agent shows up. Off-duty Border Patrol agent shows up at the scene The police, he wants to go in and help, but the police won't let him. He eventually talks them into letting him go in. He engages and kills the shooter, ending the rampage.
The body count could have been a lot higher.
Yeah.
If he didn't go in.
CBP officer just went in. Just went in.
They weren't going to do anything.
I'm going in. Guy who wasn't even supposed to be there shows up and goes in the building, takes out the guy against the police wishes, who couldn't do anything for unknown reasons because a perimeter needed to be established around the site of the incident. Not just that, there was enough time of this going on that parents had heard about it. They had heard what was going on. This is going on forever. Parents have arrived on the scene. Now it's chaos. Now we clearly need a perimeter, guys. All these parents, they're out of control. They're going to try to go in there and stop their children from getting killed. They handcuffed a woman who was trying to get past the police. They were pepper spraying and beating parents. This woman, handcuffed,
outrageous,
saw a father tackled, thrown to the ground by police, and a third pepper sprayed. Once freed from her cuffs, Miss Gomez made her distance from the crowd, jumped the school fence, and ran inside to grab her 2 children out. There's some really black-pilling video out there if you're really interested in hating everything.
No, it's really outrageous.
Oh, this guy had a different idea about what was going on. Sorry, folks, you can't interrupt the satanic blood ritual event. I mean, the totally real and unpredictable crime in progress. In response to the video showing the cops literally stopping parents from helping their kids. These rituals always play out on the dialectic. The border patrol agent angle lets Normie Wright crow about how great ICE is. The cops no help lets everyone ramble about bad cops. The rifle lets Normie Left push gun control. None of it's correct or true. Break the dialectic chains. I don't even know what any of that means. This guy's obviously a wacko.
He kind of sold me at that first one.
Yeah. This is just what I'm talking about. This is just a little seasoning of insane people that are partaking in the dialogue on the free speech platform known as Twitter.com. And this was another thing that came out. I think it's been since debunked, but I have no idea what's real or fake. Buffalo and Texas shooters were in the same Discord chat. What? Both talked to a man named Armand. Armand heavily groomed Buffalo. Armand said, Texas, 13 days, immediately after Buffalo. Armand is French for soldier. Me and Alex Jones can sniff out this conspiracy. And this guy says, I'm going to need some receipts for this one. And so this guy posts a link to the Buffalo News where it says officials are investigating whether a retired federal agent had about 30 minutes advance notice of a white supremacist's plans to murder black people at a Buffalo supermarket. How did an FBI agent get advance warning? It's so weird. Evidence? Where is this coming from? It came from 4chan, which tells you everything you didn't know. And then someone replies that it's correct? And then posts these screen caps. Officials are investigating whether a retired federal agent had about 30 minutes advance notice of a white supremacist plan to murder black people at a Buffalo supermarket. That's right, folks. A federal agent somehow was on this guy was on his radar somehow. So weird, Adam, that a federal agent had one of these mass shooters on his radar. It's weird.
On the radar. What does that mean?
Authorities believe that former agent, believed to be from Texas, was one of at least 6 individuals who regularly communicated with accused gunman Peyton Gendron in an online chat room where racists' hatred was discussed, 2 officials said. Oh, yes. So we have a chat room populated by individuals, including federal agents, including the gunman from the Buffalo supermarket shooting. So strange. How do these federal agents keep on being associated with all these guys committing horrible acts of terror, Adam? What mean?
Reminds me of law school. We're looking at criminal procedure and defense of entrapment.
No, mate. The feds wouldn't try to entrap these people and encourage them to do crimes. Horrifying crimes.
Hey, wait a second. Did we a year and a half ago talk about the Arab guy who was
being catfished,
solicited by a fake FBI girlfriend?
Yeah, that feeling when no FBI girlfriend. Come on, feds, I'm ripe for the picking.
I want $3,000 worth of guns.
No joke, if they're handing out $3,000 worth of rifles.
I know. I need to be like, hey, I wouldn't buy this myself, but
no joke.
Handing out the money.
That's what I'm saying. Jeez. I feel so neglected and overlooked. Am I not being extreme enough? Do I need to start pricing Ryder trucks?
They're like, hey, that $10,000 BMG we gave you was an addition upon you doing some crimes.
Who is this? Click.
You talking about me and my buddy? We're gonna take out some cars and shoot some engine blocks with it and see if it still runs or not.
Yes. Engine blocks. Feds, if you want to get a hold of me, I'm just going to go back to the main screen for a second. My Twitter handle is @ZacharyW_Clark. If you'd like to have an attractive brunette woman, curvy preferably, holding a expensive looking and cool firearm, probably a Mini 14, because it's got that drip.
Woodstock, right?
The walnut, man. That's good. That's
gotta be walnut.
Stuff. And have her DM me and be like, oh, I've started watching your show. I really enjoy the content. And then, have you ever thought about committing an act of terror against the federal government? And I was like, what? An act of terror? I don't know what you would mean. How would one even go about doing such a thing? I'd ask.
Yeah. I know, I don't have any capabilities of doing that.
Someone would probably need about $3,000 worth of guns. Oh, I just happen to have a line on $3,000 worth of guns. Oh, excellent. We'd probably want to make sure that the transaction was fully legal so that it doesn't raise any red flags. We wouldn't want anything to interrupt the attack on the federal government.
I've got my eyes on an Illinois tollway.
Oh, you better not bid against me on that shotgun.
It's oh, we spent $6,000 on this stupid shotgun. it's like $6,000 of taxpayer money on a dumb shotgun.
Yeah, an old Illinois tollway 12 gauge. Man, that gun's got swag though. I want it so bad. Oh, Chad is blowing up. We better check to see how it's going here. Eugene says that the door was propped open by a teacher. Maybe it was hot. It was Texas. Maybe it was a little stuffy that day. They needed to air out the hallway.
No, you get like bees and hornets and stuff inside.
And they couldn't add them. They couldn't obviously get into the classroom. It was locked. They needed to find the janitor for the door key.
What?
And then he just name dropped somebody I've never heard of before and definitely doesn't have any mysterious ties to the federal government. Ray Epps.
Get out of here.
Fred says they could probably just give us...
I can't believe you just...
Fred says that they could probably just give us some used Fast and Furious guns. Hey, however they get them to me. Like I said, I would just need to make sure that the transactions were completely legal and above board to not trigger any red flags for the feds to perhaps come shoot my dogs.
No, Zach. There's a certain aesthetic you need, so they better give me the 12 gauge, the Illinois tollway. They need to be cool looking and not like tactical and black and slick and Lego gun. It needs to be like, old school.
Oh yeah, no, I'm 100% on board. I've got a whole list of guns I want to get. Oh, there's this Colt Cobra 357 that's also on the auction, but it's like going for $1,500 or something. But man, it's a sweet revolver. I mean, it would be effective in
scare the federal government into buying your guns for you legally, and then just be like, those things.
What are you talking about? Terrorist attacks? You're out of control, lady. I am a notorious not blocker on Twitter. I don't care what you say to me. I will never block anybody because it's part of the fun. But I would immediately block that person after I got my, $3,000 worth of firearms.
Yeah. What's that? The post speed pics?
That's all. That's all. The only thing I would reply to any communications further from the federal agent
after
I get the guns. Yes. Even though this conversation's giving away the whole game, Adam.
Oh, jeez. That's like you're not gonna get a photoshopped girl giving you overbidding on a $200 gun.
I'm really disappointed in all of this. Well, now the tinfoil hat's really vibrating hard, says Oilfield Rando, as the White House puts out a statement. The White House refused to call for an investigation into the police response to the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, saying President Biden has the utmost respect for the men and women of law enforcement. Oh, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Oh, no, mate. That's almost as bad as what you had sent me a thing, or you had just tweeted a thing that was on the Nasser, the child gymnast molesting doctor case, where the FBI said, after 2 years of investigating ourselves, we've determined that we didn't do anything wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And on top of that, apparently they don't even need to look into this because, and I quote, Joe Biden has the utmost respect for the men and women of law enforcement. No, there's no way.
I think we need more local law enforcement arresting federal law enforcement
Yeah,
type deals.
except for local law enforcement were the ones that were involved in this botched nonsense.
Oh, they were obviously fed plants, as your research
The
concluded.
FBI is on the scene now in the latest reporting. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I'm so confused. But all of the shenanigans and the tragic murder of these children has led to renewed calls for gun control. Even Elon Musk saying that semi-automatic rifles of supersonic firing ammunition aren't to be requiring a special licensure. And other people responding, he's not our guy. Look at this. He wants gun control. But, you know, every time gun control comes up, you have to have the usual tropes drug out. A drone will flatten 5,000 Texans with AR-15s in a heartbeat. The defense from the government argument ship has sailed long ago.
Oh my gosh, it's like no one knows anything.
Adam, and I can't believe they started trotting this one out after Afghanistan happened like a year ago.
I know they had like Lee Enfield manufactured from like 1913.
Yeah,
Give me a break.
yeah. George responds with
They
just...
had British rifles that were used in World War One.
Yeah, they got those off of the dead British that they killed when the British lost in Afghanistan.
What? No, it's like it's the dumb or bad test, right? These people are ignorant, or they know it and they're just lying with their arguments. Unless you subscribe to the belief that ignorance is an evil thing, and they're like it's a subset of being evil.
Why not both?
But they didn't do their research in one way or another, or they're obviously lying.
George responds,
I think it's both,
to this wonderful poster with, "Oh, honey."
Oh, George.
And some people are like, how do you think 5,000 Texans would do against a drone? Which drone are we talking here? Because, also, that's a good question. If you got 5,000 Texans against one drone, and they're armed with AR-15s, I think you could probably put down quite effective anti-air fire at that point. Imagine you could fire 2 rounds a second out of your AR-15s.
I mean, I don't know.
5,000 guys.
What's the drone, man?
Is that 10,000 rounds a second? I feel like that might be effective. I don't know. And the next person responds, people operating and setting up drones are susceptible to bullets, I hear. And also continuous calls against of genocide against conservatives, which is an interesting thing. Conservatives are ontologically evil. That is a fancy way of saying that evil is part of their essential characteristics.
Yes, I've noticed that this is a increasing usage of for a phrase for left-leaning individuals, which is a weird thing. I've usually seen it in the course of theology when they're talking about uh, state of being for like good versus evil and using that argument to justify belief in God. But weird thing, weird thing.
Very
They're
odd.
it's weird because they're appealing to objective forms, but then they're using subjective reasoning to get there. So
Well, when you're talking about
anyway,
good and evil stuff, you kind of have to do that at the end of the day. But this
nope.
person says that if all the conservatives disappeared off the face of the earth one day, it would be a net positive for the entire human race. Yes, she says that if we just all died somehow, magically, we were removed, it would be good. Who's to say how that might happen, Adam? I wasn't calling for genocide.
No,
Hypothecating a world in which they were removed and that removal was a good. This is what they believe. And the only thing lacking for them to implement it is opportunity. Oh, excellent. We've definitely entered the stage of the game where more and more people are playing the win or die game. Ah, this is how we get pushed to the brink, friends. Reminder.
Weimar's not that far off.
Reminder.
1932.
Get extra bourbon every trip to the store. I'll be sitting in my basement, barricaded up, bourbon enough.
It's all done.
Bourbon enough to weather the storm, and a government issued sniper hood so that I can shoot from my basement windows at the people. Where that? It's like the DC sniper, except instead of the trunk of a car and black, I'll be in my basement window and magnumed.
Magnumed.
Magnumed. Also, how can you believe something is ontologically evil if you don't believe in ontology?
Yeah, that's the thing.
What? Maybe it's just one wacko, Adam. It couldn't be like a lot of people believe that this is the
No,
correct
I've seen it.
view of how to think about conservative.
Oh no, I mean I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know
I
about
pray
the
for the day.
thing.
She's right.
I've seen
This is correct
ontology
opinion,
used.
though. She's right. She's definitely right. Remove them somehow, Adam.
Oh.
Enough is enough!
It's-
Adam, enough is enough! Said the signs held by the protesters. Thoughts and prayers are not enough. Enough is enough, but thoughts and prayers are not enough.
Man,
And, of course,
to read more Cromwell. Need to read more Cromwell.
Adam, how many more kids? How many more
I
kids?
agree. We should outlaw abortion.
How many?
I 100% agree.
How many more kids need to die before you'll let us ban your guns?
Oh, guns. I thought you were talking about the 72 million children that's been aborted.
No, I'm saying that how many
69 million?
children need to die before. I just need a number because I got a goal.
Or we're already at, I don't know. I can't remember. We're in the millions. We're at like 60 million or 69 million.
How many though? Because I need to know a fixed number so that when we reach that number, you'll agree to give me your guns. So they're like, I don't know, 60 more? Because we can make that happen.
See what you're doing.
You gotta understand, Adam, that the how many more kids, it's actually a threat. That feeling when you realize how many more kids have to die is not a rhetorical question or a political statement, but rather it's a threat that they will do anything to take your guns from you. Anything. No, I'm not saying that they'd murder your kids, but imagine this scenario, if you will. Put yourself into the mind of a leftist. Oh, gosh. He suddenly got so scared of everything. And now imagine that you said, okay. If we lost 100 more kids this year, we'll do it. We'll ban the guns. You what? You'll ban them? It's Adam. It's only 100 children's lives. Imagine all of the children's lives that will be saved once we ban high-capacity supersonic semi-automatic rifles in the form of AR-15s from being able to be legally purchased by anybody on the street as easy as buying groceries. Millions will be saved for the sacrifice of a few hundred children. You know what to do, Joe. Get the FBI on the case.
They've got 10 chat rooms already with a bunch of primed young adult males.
All right, I need to get out of this brain. Sickening. This guy doesn't seem to get it. That this is a brain disease, and it doesn't matter how much the reasoning is. But he says, disclaimer, I am a pro-gun, pro-NRA, pro-police. But I wish we could have an honest discussion. Would it really be an infringement of our rights to require background checks and other sensible precautions for those buying guns? There has to be
weird.
Happy pro-Second Amendment reasonable point between the no gun left and the no restrictions of any kind right.
You can always tell when these people are liars.
Yeah,
because if you have
identify the issue here, right?
Because if you do get a background check when you buy it,
no.
If you're pro Second Amendment, you have guns and stuff. You have to have if you've bought a firearm, you know.
Adam, this guy's pro-gun and pro-NRA and pro-police, and he knows that you don't. There's no restrictions. The no restrictions right. That's what he says right here. Background checks are what we need.
I don't want any restrictions. It's a pain in the neck to do these things. Like I just want to. I do want to say, hey, boop, 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 boop. And then like an AR-15 shows up at my door. An Illinois tollway booth 12 gauge shows up at my door.
Now you're talking.
With Walmart stock. And I don't have to talk to anyone. I don't have to fill out any stupid forms. It's automatically taken out of my bank account via debit card. But no, that's not how it works. Not how it works.
It's how it works in their minds.
And I bet you the person who would want to sell the gun doesn't want to talk to me either.
Yeah.
Like
usually when I go to the gun stores, it's like that.
Yeah, they don't even care. They're like, What are you bothering me for?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, hey, I want to buy this. And it's like, do you even know? And I'm like, I don't know. Aren't you the expert? No, I'm just getting paid $15 an hour. Why are you bothering me? I could be on break eating popcorn right now.
Well, Oilfield Rando again had an interesting point about background checks. Background checks. Serious question. Was there anything that would have caused Timothy McVeigh to fail a background check before he did what he did? To which a person responds, the Okie Yeehaudist says, the only law that could have stopped McVeigh from doing what he did was a law that would have ended the CIA, FBI, and ATF.
Oh, oh no.
Oh, beast. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ryder trucks, bro. But before we get too late tonight, we probably are to visit in with our old friend Heist T with our Heist Cold Fact of the Week, coming to you straight from his Twitter feed. Heist Cold Facts. If I waited on approval of other people and bystanders to make my decisions, I'd be in their position. You gotta make your own moves. Ice Cold Facts. Not only in business, but in other areas of life. Like when a gunman has held hostage your children in a school. And that's our show for this week, folks. Really hope you enjoyed it. Such an uplifting episode tonight about the horrible nightmare world that we all inhabit. But if you may not have liked it, but if you found the content interesting, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share it with all your friends. You can follow us on social media. Our information is below. As I mentioned to the feds earlier, Zachary W. _ Clark, Adam S. Furman, or Triggered _ media for all of your federal entrapment needs. Adam, here at the end of the show, did you have anything you'd like to add?
I don't. I've added a lot of things during the course of this. The stupid people talking about the background checks are needed. Oh, it just
You don't have to have one.
bothers
All you have to do is place an
me.
online order and a gun will show up at your door like the next day.
Yeah, those people who are saying that is not true. They have their head, like, I read the article. They say, oh, it's just like ordering groceries, except for all the things that aren't like ordering groceries. Because it's not true. It's not true. And I wish it was true because I would want my thing appearing in my doorstep within 2 days or whatever.
You just
But
want
it's
more
not true.
children dead.
I want a nice walnut stock, eye stamped Tollway 12 gauge shotgun.
I really do. And then I do hope rioters come. And I will blast them down.
Because that's like the glory days of Illinois, back with back in the 70s when you had the crooked politicians and judges and
Back then?
everyone in Chicago.
Yeah,
What?
it definitely doesn't happen now. But they were
No,
cool.
it doesn't. That's exactly what.
And they issued toll booth operators 12 gauge pump shotguns stamped with
That was-
Illinois tollway on the butt.
Yeah, I know. Reminds me of that scene from Godfather.
Yeah. Oh, poor Sonny. All right, folks, that's the show. We will see you next time on Triggered. Good.